Starting now.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Live on the Psycho Bunny Death Cult. Right about now, we're live.
Hey, what's
going on, peeps? Look what I found in my closet. Anybody know what this is all about?
I have a feeling it has something to do with the letter P.
I don't know. Let's see what's going on here. We got a podcast to do, you motherfuckers. We are about to end Uwe Boll month, and I cannot be more ecstatic about that.
Right?
There's 4 people watching us. I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but I painted this wall black behind it.
Oh, it's so nice.
I don't know, man. I think it might be too dark in here.
We'll see. We'll see.
What do you guys think? Is it too dark? What's up, Raven's in the house?
Hey, what's up, Raven?
What's going on, Raven? Raven, have you seen House of the Dead from 2002? I hope not. I hope you didn't waste your time with it. This movie actually, for me, has a certain sentimental value. Yes, I will explain that in a minute.
Okay.
Could you grab the mouse while you're over there? It's just me and Buddy in the house today.
Got it.
I don't know who Henry is. Can you not grab it?
Nope.
I'll get it. All right, I'll get it. Stand by.
We're getting there. Just wait a second.
Oh, we're under the chair again.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
All right.
I'm feeling it's a little more warm in here.
It is.
I'm going to open this window.
It's either the temperature or the shots. One or two.
Don't be an ass. What do you like? Smart ass, buddy. Hopefully the dogs don't give us too much shit. What's up with these blinds? There we go. All right. House of the Dead.
Yes.
Any fans of House of the Dead? Probably not. Calvin's in the house. What's going on, Cal?
Hey, what's going on?
Talking about House of the Dead from 2002. It's a bad movie by a bad director, and it's Uwe Boll. Uwe Boll. That was a serious selfie we took right there. I don't know if you saw the seriousness on this face.
Right?
Before we get into the show, can I try one thing? I just want to see how this is going to look. I've got this psychedelic skull thing behind me. I just want to fire this up and see if it doesn't look too ridiculous.
Oh shit! It glows! It glows!
What do you think of that? Can you even tell it's a skull?
I see a big light.
If I do the profile.
It looks better on this one right here,
Yeah.
but not on this one. It looks like a blur.
All right. Well, we're gonna let it go.
Yeah.
I want to see what that looks like.
Yeah.
Afterwards. Check that shit out.
Mm-hmm.
That's for all of our weed-friendly friends out there. Psycho skull behind me. Look at that. It's like a fireball. I can just. All right. Let's get this fucking started, shall we?
Yeah.
We got a really bad movie to talk about. Movies based on video games. Sometimes it works. Most of the time, I don't feel like it does.
No, I don't think so.
And this is what is that? Save changes before closing.
What?
Damn it. Hold on.
All right. I'm ready here now.
Okay.
Let me get to. So what are y'all doing? What's going on? You able to stay alive during this whole virus thing that's going on? You stay working? You stay what? What's going on? You staying at home?
You should. I don't know. I'm not staying at home. I'll be honest with you.
Me either.
I got to go to work still. Although I don't consider myself essential, I do consider myself expendable. Hey, Odd Mother's in the house.
Oh, hey, what's up?
next month, I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but next month is going to be Odd Mother month. Odd Mother is picking our movies and our theme for the entire month of May. So thank you very much, Odd Mother.
Thank you
We're
very
going to
much.
be doing a movie specifically recommended by her next week called Colin.
Colin.
Not Colin. Colin.
I said Colin.
Okay.
Not Colin Farrell.
Colin. Something about zombies and love. We'll figure that out next week.
Yes.
But right now we've got, speaking of colons, we have to do I'm only half dead. Well, I'm glad you're only half dead, Odd Mother.
Yeah, well, you know.
We have to, speaking of half dead, we have to get into this goddamn House of the Dead horde shit. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. Now, there's actually 2 movies called House of the Dead. One of them is from 1972. It's an anthology, actually a pretty good show.
Yes.
It's like a true crime anthology, sort of, kind of gets into, it's like a guy going through a mortuary, looking at all the dead bodies of a serial killer. Each one has its own story. Unfortunately, that's not the movie we're covering tonight.
Nope.
We are covering the shitty Uwe Boll 2002 opus, based on a video game, House of the Dead.
Yes, indeed.
So without further ado, microphone on.
Check, baby, check.
Check, baby, check, baby. 1, 2, 3.
Check,
There
baby,
it
check,
is.
baby. 1, 2.
That's right, inmates. We're talking about House of the Dead from 2002. Directed by Uwe Boll.
Yes.
Written by Mark A. Altuna. Starring Jonathan Cherry, Clint Howard, and Jürgen Prochnow. We know Clint Howard. We love him. Ron Howard's brother. 976 Evil. That weird Ice Cream Man movie that he was in. Dude, if you need a weird looking kind of a guy for your movie, look no further than Clint Howard.
Right.
He looks like a psycho. I'm sure he's a sweetheart in real life.
I bet he is.
But he looks like a psychopath. And if you need that guy, there he is.
Hey, Natalie.
Speaking of other psychopaths, Jürgen Prochnow.
Yeah.
You'll know him from In the Mouth of Madness.
Mm-hmm.
Do you read Sutter Kane? He was Sutter Kane in that movie. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. That's about it, really, for the star-studded rebuke of this film.
Right.
Now, if since we're like up to speed on the Uwe Boll, we're going to recognize some faces here.
Mm-hmm.
Another guy that was in this movie, whose name you probably don't know, but whose face you'll recognize, is a dude by the name of Michael Eklund.
Yes.
He's become quite a genre actor in and of himself.
Yeah.
We'll know him from The Divide. I don't know if you guys have seen any of those movies, or that one movie, really. Another one called Errors of the Human Body.
Yeah.
Which, while the ending is wildly depressing, is actually a pretty good show.
Movie, yeah.
And I don't know that I'd actually call that a horror movie. It's more like a weird
sci-fi-ish
human biology drama kind of a thing. It's weird. It's bizarre. It's a good show, though, if you can sit through it. He also appeared in Seed, which we covered earlier in the month. He was the medical examiner who met with an untimely demise, of course. So this movie is based on a video game. The video game was made by the Sega Corporation in 1999. The video game was pretty fun.
Yes, it was.
Back in
many quarters in this game.
Me too. Yeah. But this is one of those video games that we had back in the 90s where it actually came with its own
gun.
Yeah, you had the gun, right? And you had to shoot the fucking zombies as they were coming at you. But this was one of the first ones that had like a pump action shotgun that you had to rack the fucking
and shoot away and then go back.
And then when you ran out of bullets, you rack them real fast and then and it was fun. It was one of the first ones. Hey, Jim's in the house.
Hey, what's up, Jim?
My wife put me in timeout. I can't listen to the show right now.
Hey, better way to spend time out.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm sorry about that, Jim. I don't know what you did to get put in timeout.
Timeout goes with a good shot.
Yeah. Hey, Connor's in the house. What's up, Connor?
Hey, Connor.
So that's what the game is based on. Now, or that's what the movie is based on the game. Unfortunately, this has very little to do with the video game.
Yeah.
The video game took place in a castle. We're going to a rave in the middle of the woods on an island.
Yeah.
So
Not a very big rave.
none of the characters from the video game. Now, to be honest with you, I never got that far into the video game because I would rarely go into an arcade with more than $5 in my pocket.
There was no rave in this game.
I would imagine not.
No,
I would
there
imagine
wasn't.
not.
I beat the game and spent many, many dollars.
Okay, well, I'm glad you did it. But for the most part, this movie has nothing to do with the video game, except that throughout the movie, we're going to get cutscenes from the actual video game
I think that was the most
in the movie.
Yeah.
Which makes no fucking sense
Nope.
at all. And not only that, but the cutscenes actually have like the characters' life bars and their ammo counts at the bottom.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that all about?
Mm.
I understand you want to be like true to the source material, but this is getting a little ridiculous, I think. I mean, if you're going to be that true, you might as well use the characters and the setting in which we have done neither.
Right.
So, other than really buying the name House of the Dead and
That's
putting
about it.
well, they put the Sega banner behind the rave,
Oh yeah.
and that was about it. All right, enough about
I
that.
forgot about that.
It doesn't. It doesn't fucking matter, really. It doesn't because this isn't
No.
that good of a movie. Ringmaster's in the house.
Hey, what's up, Ringmaster?
What's up, the Ringmaster?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's jump right into our movie.
Let's do it.
So we're going to start off with 5 kids going to a rave. We got 2 guys and 3 girls. Via this weird,
That's good odds.
I like that. I
Yeah.
like that.
Uh-huh.
Via this weird kind of monologue that's taking place, this voiceover that we're tuning into, we're going to learn all about these 5 kids.
Yeah.
So the 2 guys, we got Simon and Greg. These guys are clowns, for lack of a better term, I guess. Simon is an underwear model.
Hey-o.
He didn't really. I mean, I'm not into dudes, but he didn't strike me as all that attractive. I guess he had a nice body underneath the shirt or whatever.
Well, that's all about the underwear.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
But-
he wasn't a face model.
More to the point, the guy that played Simon could not act his way out of a paper bag.
No.
He had 2 expressions the entire movie:
Confused and confused.
confused and mildly worried.
Okay, same thing.
This is confused. This is mildly worried.
Oh yeah.
Confused?
The whole
Worried.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
The
That's as far as he
eyebrows.
went.
That's what it was.
I don't think he rose his voice didn't rise the entire time. It's like,
No.
hey, there's zombies chasing us. We better get out of here.
Yeah, that was about right. Yeah.
That's
pretty good.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then we had Greg. Now, if you guys tuned into last week's show, we did a movie called Alone in the Dark.
Yep.
We'll recognize Greg as the guy that played Miles in Alone in the Dark.
Yeah.
Again, small role,
Mhm.
basically the same character. Hi, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Well, thank you very much, Ryan. We're doing well. Thank you for tuning in. Stop talking about sex. We haven't even started talking about sex yet, Connor.
Now that you
Heather's in the house. What's up, Heather?
Hey, Heather.
We're not going to start talking about sex, although there is some sexy stuff coming.
There is.
So they're in the Pacific Northwest. We all know that Uwe Boll loves the Pacific Northwest. Apparently, he owns a restaurant in Vancouver right now.
Yeah.
Good for him. And they're trying to get to this island rave somewhere, I assume, Northern Oregon, because it's all, forest and greenery and stuff like that. So that's cool. Now, here's the problem. They keep saying that this is the rave of the year, and they can't miss it because everybody's going to be at this rave of the year. And what a
Everybody.
huge crowd is going to be there.
Huge.
Okay. All right. So if the rave is happening on an island, okay, so we would think that there would be some kind of prearranged transportation to get to and from the island from the mainland.
Ferries. Something.
These kids can't find a ride to the island, a boat.
So
So
they missed their boat ride.
right, they're a little late, but at the same time, you would think there would at least be some signage or some kind of a hey, catch this boat, or no more boats going to the island, or
Yeah.
whatever. So, but they can't figure it. They can't
No.
figure it out. So they come across this fishing boat, captained by Captain Kirk.
Captain Kirk.
Okay, all right, Captain Kirk and his loyal second in command, played by Clint Howard. Now, Captain Kirk is played by Jurgen Prochnow. I think his name was Salvi or something like that.
Something like
Was Clint Howard. So they're like, hey man, we got to get to the island. We got this island over here. It's where the rave is going on. Can you give us a lift? And he got a big fat wad of cash. And he's like, how much is it going to? Pays him $1,000 to take him to the island. That's a
Dang.
round trip ticket. But
But
Clint Howard is like, no way, man. You know what they call that island? You know what the real name of that island is? It's Isla de Muerte. Island of the Dead, if you don't speak Mexican.
it actually means North Island.
Well, what they said was Isla de Muerte.
Yeah, North Island.
No, Norte is north. Muerte is death. Buddy's had a couple shots, so go easy on him. Anyway, okay, so that's that's the writing angle we're going with. Is Isla de Muerte, the island of the dead. That's where you're going to have your rave. All right, now whatever, man, whatever. That's happening as they're getting on the boat. Here comes the harbor master, and she's like, "Hey, we're going to inspect that boat." And he's like, "Hey, we got a lot of drugs in our backpacks and stuff." And the Captain Kirk is like, "I don't want the harbor master on my boat, but we got to get the fuck out of here." So they peel off and leave the harbor master behind and get to Isla de la Muerte, which is just another Pacific Coast island. Really, it's just a big forest island. Now, while that's going on, we're going to cut to Isla de Muerte, where the rave is happening. The rave of the year. Everybody's going to be there. Super rave. There's about 20 people. There's about 20 people there.
Yeah.
And it doesn't actually look like they're having that much fun, to be honest with you. Biff Naked is the actual DJ. She played the DJ in the movie there. There's a couple of chicks flashing their boobs, and Michael Eklund is there. He's playing like a film geek, and he's filming all the boobs with his camcorder. It's great. And this is where we're going to get to our sixth character, a guy by the name of Rudy. Now, we introduced our three female characters. We had hot blonde, hot brunette, who happens to be African American, and even hotter redhead.
Ooh,
okay,
smoking.
Their names don't really matter because they're all going to be dead in about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Hot redhead happens to be the ex-girlfriend of Rudy, the guy that's already on the island. Okay. Now, the underwear model has a crush on hot redhead, but hot brunette has a crush on the underwear model.
Right.
Greg Miles from Alone in the Dark and the hot blonde are already in a relationship.
She wasn't really that hot to me.
And yeah, and it wasn't much of a relationship because, well, they're going to be dead in a few minutes anyway, so it doesn't really matter. That being said, we cut to the island where the rave is happening. Everybody's having a great time. There's an Asian young lady that is wearing an American flag, like monotard, and she's dancing, having a great time. Two of the people at the rave decide they're going to walk off into the woods and have sex.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the young lady who wants to have sex with the young man chose the only gay guy at the entire rave. That's going to be a bit of a problem because she takes him down to the beach, undresses, and he's like, "Mommy, I don't know, man.
That water's cold.
That water's cold. I don't want to have sex with you."
I'll lay here.
She was hot. She goes skinny dipping for a few minutes, and then she's like, you're not gonna fuck me?" And then she comes out of the water, and he's gone.
He's gone. There's bubbles below.
There's bubbles. Now, this is where we get a little allusions to some zombie action because there's like 3 clips that we get on a constant loop throughout this movie. One of them is like zombie legs running by real fast.
Yeah.
Like, oh fuck, we got to show some kind of action here. Okay, zombies.
Zombies
is what that means. Either that or somebody's trying to take a shit and it's not going so well.
Yeah, no, well.
Summer's in the house. What's up, Summer? So that's pretty gnarly. She comes out. She's naked. She's trying to find a guy. About this time is when we see more legs running through the woods, and that's that.
Yeah.
We don't know what happens at the rave, except
she comes out and he's gone.
That's it. And there's like yelling and screaming. None of that matters just yet. But now we're going to come back to the boat where Clint Howard, the Igor to our Captain Kirk, gives a topless hot blonde a cross necklace, and he's like, "There is evil spirits, and this will protect you from the evil on Isla de la Muerte."
Which has nothing to do with the rest of the film.
Has nothing to do with none of this.
None of it.
There's a lot of shit that I'm glazing over here that has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm about 19 minutes into this into the live show. This is about a good 40 minutes of the movie, and I just ran right through it.
Yeah.
So that being said, they finally get to the island. Now it's nighttime. They get off the boat. They just go walking off into the woods because there's no sign. Again, there's no signage. There's no trails. There's no nothing telling them to go this way or that way to get to the rave. So I guess they're just following the sound of EDM. All right,
Why
sure,
not?
why not? Assuming that EDM is still playing, which is not necessarily a given. The captain at this point is like, oh shit, that fucking harbor master is right behind us. And we have some illegal goods on this ship. So let's go ahead and get them off this ship before she catches us, and then we'll walk away scot-free. So excellent. He sends Clint Howard to the shore in like a Zodiac craft with a bunch of boxes of some kind of illegal material. He's hanging on the ship waiting for Clint to get back. Now we cut back to our teenage, well, 20s-ish teenage, our ravers, our rave partiers. They go to the rave, they find it, and now it's
Nobody there.
just a fucking shit show. There's like garbage everywhere, not a soul to be seen. Everybody's all fucked up. Well, there's nobody there, but nothing. There's nobody. There's like no EDM going on, and they're like, "Whoa, we got the whole party to ourselves! This is awesome!"
Yeah.
So Greg and the hot blonde decide they're going to have sex there on the spot.
Why not?
Immediately causes hot blonde or hot brunette, hot redhead, and our underwear model to be like, let's go walk off into the woods because we don't want to watch these two have sex.
Right.
Mind you, there's plenty of like tents around, and they actually make their way into a tent for some privacy in which to have sex, which makes sense. Okay. So at that point, Greg and the hot blonde go to the tent to have sex. Good for them. They're, I would say, probably less than 30 seconds away from achieving penetration when Greg pops up and says, "Oh shit, I gotta take a piss.
I gotta pee."
Shit." Now, I'm not going to bog you down with the details of male biology, but needless to say, for our female watchers and listeners out there, once the boner is engaged, the piss valve gets shut off.
Yep.
So, again, this is a problem in the writing. But Greg goes hauling ass out in the woods to take a piss. About that time, Hot Blonde, who's in the tent, is running around the outside of the tent.
Hearing noises.
Now, we get the silhouettes of the zombies, but they're not really all that enthusiastic about actually getting into the tent,
No.
which is strange considering the amount of screaming she's doing.
Yeah.
What they're really doing is like weakly pawing at the canvas and like doing like weird, hey, we're gonna get you.
Shadow puppets.
We're gonna get you in that tent.
Yeah, shadow puppets.
But not right now. We're gonna draw this. Let me call my friends, and then we're gonna get you in there.
Wait for it.
But then nothing. I mean,
Wait for
we
it.
don't get to see what happens
No.
with the blonde. But you know, it's like a lot of pawing, Blair Witch-esque pawing at the tent.
Yeah.
Can I come in or no?
Are you busy?
I'll come back later. No problem. Oh, no, come on, guys. She's busy in there. We're gonna come back later. So that's kind of is a old school cemetery, very cool, and this weird house right in the middle of the cemetery.
It looked pretty cool.
It was pretty cool looking. Curious though, throughout this cemetery and all around the outside of the house, there's a bunch of torches burning.
Yeah.
No cause for concern there. No curiosity as to what the fuck.
Well, it's part of the rave, you know?
Well, I mean, it's a cemetery. Why wouldn't they have torches burning on a abandoned island? Isla de la Muerte.
Well, you know, there's that.
There is that. I'm just posing some queries. Naturally, this piques their curiosity, so they decide they're going to go into the house.
Why not?
They go inside, and they immediately get accosted by Rudy, who is Redhead's ex-boyfriend, and Michael Eklund, our film geek. And he's like, "What the fuck? You guys are zombies." And they're like, "You're zombies? What are you talking about?" And Rudy's got like an axe, and Michael Eklund has like a camcorder, and he's like, "Are you guys zombies? Answer the question, true or false." We're like, "No, we're not zombies. What the fuck are you guys talking about?"
Watch this.
So he plays the footage back on his little handy cam, and we basically get to see the rave get attacked by zombies.
Yeah, told you there were zombies.
They're zombies. It's true. Now, okay, so these are supposed to be zombies of different zombies here. We have ranging really from like Zack Snyder, Dawn of the Dead zombies that are coming at you in a full sprint to more of a laissez-faire kind of burial mound zombies.
Yeah.
They just kind of mope around, really. And the inconsistency here is going to pose a bit of a problem, but not just, I mean, it's an issue, but not a real issue just yet.
And jumping zombies.
Damn, Facebook keeps kicking me out.
Damn Facebook.
Sorry, odd mother. I think we're about to get shut off, is what that means.
Yeah, it's not a good sign.
We are offensive. Come to find out.
That's what happens when you listen to
I
us.
tell you, we will offend you if you're a slow-moving zombie.
Prepare to be
Offended. Both of you people. I don't. If anybody out there is watching. So that being said, it's kind of a problem. But Michael Eklund is like, oh, he's like the film geek. So he's like, oh, arrow zombies. These are super fast zombies. What the fuck? The late horror shows in the house. What's going on, guys?
Hey, what's going on?
Thank you for joining us.
Mm-hmm.
I painted my wall black. I don't know if anybody noticed. So that's fun. And Junior's in the house. What's up, Junior? So now we know what we're up against. We're up against zombies. So the three hot chicks and the underwear, they're like, hey, we got to go back to the rave and get our friends. They're in a tent over there trying to have sex with each other. So let's go back and get them and save them from the goddamn zombies. So like, oh, fuck, we're not leaving this house. There's goddamn zombies out there. Eventually they talk them into it. So, and there's another character that we meet here, young lady by the name of Liberty. She was our token Asian that was dressed in the American flag monotard situation. So they all go back to the rave. Rave is still pretty much abandoned. They see one of those Sandy huts tipped over on its side, and it's like kicking and moaning. So like either there's a zombie in there or something weird is going on.
Or it's a live turd.
So it could be a giant turd. It could be a turd monster, actually, which would probably make this movie a little bit better. So they flip it over, and Greg comes spilling out.
Oh, well,
now you're like, okay,
it's Greg.
It's Greg. He's got a couple of poop stains on him. But the problem I have here, and I don't mean to be a stickler here, but Greg had like a perfect poop circle right on his forehead, which to me says that Greg got in there, took the poop, and did like a smear on the forehead. What's up with Greg all of a sudden? What kind of weird stuff is Greg into? He was nanoseconds away from being balls deep in a hot blonde, chose instead to go to the porta shitter where he's coming out with a poop stain on his forehead.
Well, you really had to pee.
For no apparent reason. I think Greg is into like scat play or something like that.
I'm a scat man.
He is a scat man. I think he was wanting to get in, like down into the pooper,
scatting with
so that he looked like with one of those waterproof GoPros or something like that. Right, some assholes. I don't know, man. It's weird. Greg gets out. He's like, "Oh, what's happening? Oh, I'm taking a shit. Somebody knocked the porta shitter over on me." Like, dude, there's zombies in the rave happening right now. We got to get the fuck out of here. He's like, okay, let me grab Hot Blonde over here. So they go looking for Hot Blonde. They find the tent in which they were about to have sex. Open it up. Hot Blonde, who's now a zombie, of course, comes charging out and tackles Greg. And she's like, I'm going to bite you. And she's like, wrestling him to the ground. It's looking like Hot Blonde is going to eat Greg here for a second, but then her head explodes. Boom. Boom. You're like, what the fuck happened here? Turns out our Harbor Patrol agent was lurking in the woods and watching this whole scene unfold, and thus shot Hot Blonde in the head.
Great shot, by the
way. Okay, now let's talk about this scene for a minute, because this is writing problem number 213 of this movie. Greg's reaction to his girlfriend getting her dome split in front of him.
Not too bad.
Now,
like, oh, finally.
No. There's some dialogue here, but it doesn't necessarily make sense. So, Greg's there. He just got knocked over in the porta shitter. He was about to have sex with the Hot Blonde, who he established earlier in the movie as being his long-term girlfriend.
Yeah.
She comes charging out and kind of attacks him, but more like in a weird kind of, I don't know, they're like rolling around on the ground.
He did stink.
He did, but and then gets shot in the head. And then that's when everybody's like, well, she was a zombie. And Greg's reaction is, oh, well, did anybody see what happened? That's it.
Yeah.
That's his immediately after that, he's
over
okay.
Yeah, he's over it.
Either he didn't particularly care for her that much, or Like my original theory, Greg was secretly gay, or into scat porn, or weird poop play.
Or maybe she just wasn't that great at
I mean,
it.
she was a bit of a nut sack, if you
Yeah.
ask me. I don't know,
Mhm.
man. Regardless, that's kind of stupid. So at this point, we have our harbor master. She's like, okay, something weird's going on here on this island.
Mhm.
We need to get back to we need to get the fuck out of here. My boat is down at the docks. And you're like, oh, that's cool. Captain Kirk has his boat down at the docks too. Why don't we all go hightail it down there, get on his boat? So you're like,
Yeah.
okay, perfect. Let's do that. They get down to the docks. About halfway down there, they get split up. But right about now, we're going to cut back to Captain Kirk on the ship. Now, Clint Howard has failed to come back. He
Mhm.
was hiding the mysterious illegal goods there on the island.
Yes.
Zombies are now up and about, and we know that because we keep getting this goddamn horseshit footage of running legs and gnashing teeth.
Yeah.
So I guess we're meant
They're on the prowl.
that's what that means.
Yeah.
Is that there are zombies on the island, and they are.
Getting closer.
I think they're doing cardio. I think they're just running
maybe.
out laps around the island.
How do I know you're not a zombie?
I do a lot of cardio.
Yeah.
I don't gnash my teeth a lot though.
Oh,
Other than like when I'm eating ribs and stuff. Riding a thunderstorm and hope we don't get a tornado in the process. Sharon,
oh, hope not.
let's get into the
Oh,
basement,
shit.
Sharon, just to be on the safe side, okay?
Yeah.
Nobody wants a tornado.
You and me in the basement. Mm.
You and Buddy in the basement. I'll be upstairs watching TV. Call me when you're done. So that's kind of stupid. But anyway, we all have all, despite the fact that other than Hot Blonde, we at this point have not actually seen a zombie in this movie.
Right.
But we're all just going to sign off on this nonsensical zombie theory about them being on the island.
Mhm.
So we decide we're going to follow the harbor master, which makes sense because she is a police officer, sort of. So we're going to follow her down to her boat, and then she's going to take us to the captain's boat. They're going to get on the captain's boat. She's going to get on her boat. And we're all going to hightail it out of here.
Sounds good.
About halfway down there, they do actually get attacked by zombies.
Right.
They get split up. Everybody except for the underwear model makes it like to the beach.
Mhm.
The underwear model, who apparently has like real good cardio, just goes hauling ass straight down the pier.
Yeah. Right.
Jumps in the water and starts swimming for Captain Kirk's boat.
Man.
Now, Captain Kirk is on his boat. The harbor master is on the beach, and they just start shooting at the zombies as they're jumping in the water after the underwear model.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of cool, but at the same time, takes up like a 5-minute chunk of the movie. It's just a lot of weapons being discharged,
Yeah.
and zombies kind of doing that 80s. You know, remember in the 80s action movies when the guy would get shot with a shotgun and he'd do one of these.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I don't have boobs because they'd be flying all over.
Oh yeah. That'd be pretty hot.
So that's pretty. The underwear model makes it like halfway to the ship, and then zombies. So he turns around and goes back to the beach where everybody else is, and then Captain Kirk comes to the beach, and he's like, "What the hell's going on here? Like everybody's dead. The zombies running around this fucking place. We don't know what." So this is where we get a pretty stupid flashback sequence. This part is really dumb
Mm-hmm.
because what we're gonna say, Captain Kirk knows like the whole history of this fucking island.
Yeah.
And apparently, what happened was somehow, if this makes any sense to anybody,
No.
this island was used as a Spanish penal colony. Mind you,
Oh.
this island is somewhere in the Pacific Northwest.
Yes.
Now, I'm not a history buff.
It's a Spanish Northwest.
South America versus Pacific Northwest. A little bit of a gap there. But you know what? I don't want to be a stickler for details. I'm just putting it out there that's kind of weird.
Yeah, we'll just put it off to the side.
Here's the even more fun part. So apparently they were transporting a big criminal to the penal colony here in the Pacific Northwest. Guy was doing like weird experimentation that the Spanish crown was not cool with. What was the name of the guy, you asked? Castillo Hermano, which literally translates to Castle Brother.
Castle Brother.
Castle Brother. Castillo Hermano was his name.
Okay.
Now, I'm not a stickler for the fucking details, but do you think somebody on the set spoke Spanish and could be like, hey, that's a silly fucking name, dude. How about Juan Lopez? How about we go with that? Domingo Fernandez. That sounds better than Castillo Hermano. Castle Brother. Okay. All right. Whatever, man. Whatever. It sounds exotic. So
Yeah.
sure. Why not?
Let's just go with it.
So we get this cool flashback about this with this necromancer type of a dude.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a Billy Zane knockoff.
Yes.
Choking out the captain, and now the legend of the island is that he's still alive and he's doing experiments and shit on the island. So good for him. All right, that's stupid. Now we cut back to modern day, where Captain Kirk is going to reveal the boxes that he's hidden on the island. They're all filled with guns, which is great.
Underneath cigars.
Yeah, underneath cigars. Which is, this unfortunately leads us to an even stupider part of the movie, where all of a sudden these 5 college kids suddenly turn into weapon experts.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and we know that because we have to identify each weapon as it's picked up, and it's who's using it, what its magazine capacity is, what its firing ratio is, what kind of bullets it takes.
Yeah.
We get like a whole backstory. I'm more interested in the guns at this point because these characters are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But apparently
they hardly ever showed the Asian lady.
I mean, she did. Well, we'll get to that because she gets some screen time, but in a very
not when they were passing out the weapons.
In a very racist way, which Uwe Boll is known for, being a racist. So we'll get to that in a second. Now, don't throw that word around lightly. We'll get to just hold on. Now we're getting there. So this part is pretty stupid. We get the whole rundown on the weapons. Everybody's now like fully armed, so rock and roll. At this point, the harbor master, who's this little blonde lady, goes to Greg and she's like, "We got to go back to my ship and radio for help. Greg, you're with me. Everybody else, go back to the weird funerary home in the middle of the
grave.
In the middle of the graveyard, and hold up there." Mm-hmm. So Greg and the harbor master go hauling ass through the woods. Naturally, they get attacked by zombies. Greg doesn't make it. Mm. And this part is even dumber.
Well, she tells him to run. It's like, really?
Well,
you're supposed to be protecting him.
Yeah, but I don't. If you're looking for something that makes sense in this movie, don't even do it.
Right.
So here's the. So they actually make it to her ship. Unfortunately, her partner or whatever is not there.
No.
Naturally, he's been zombified somewhere off in the woods. He's a big fat guy anyway. So Greg gets taken down and killed on their way back. Now, here's a weird part of the movie, and I don't understand this either. Whenever one of the characters, one of these main character guys, is killed, we get like a bullet time, slow-mo shot of them, as if to say, check this guy off your list because he's dead. So Greg gets taken down and eaten by zombies, and then we immediately cut to like a slow-motion shot of Greg in bullet time, like, and then the camera goes like Matrix style, as if to say, this guy's done.
This guy is
like dead. We couldn't figure that out by watching him get eaten by fucking zombies.
Right? He has been eliminated.
You might as well just put it on the screen. This guy's dead. Put it in at the bottom of the screen. Hey, Greg is dead, so don't even worry about him anymore. All right, she makes it back to the group, who is just on the point of going to the house. Mm-hmm. And by on the point, I mean they're like at the edge of the graveyard and they're all loading their weapons and getting ready for this big rush to the house because they have to cross the graveyard to get inside the house, quote unquote, house of the dead. This is the dumbest part of the fucking movie. And I would love to be like a apologist for this movie. But we're about to get into about a 15-minute segment of people walking across a graveyard, shooting guns, and throwing roundhouse wheel kicks, and throwing grenades. And techno music playing in the background, and hitting zombies with shovels.
Flares.
There's flares for some fucking reason.
No idea what that's for.
In case it gets too dark, they
I guess
start wandering off in different directions. I don't know. But the best part is that if you watch this ridiculous fucking montage carefully, you'll notice that there's one zombie standing in the middle of all of this mayhem, holding a stick like this, like over his head, like I'm gonna
throw it at
almost like I'm gonna chop wood or something. Like throughout the entire 12-minute segment, he just stands there like this. And he's
Uh-huh.
looking around at different guys, and that's all he does.
That's
He
all
just
he does.
stands there with his stick, looking around like back and forth, like, who am I going to hit with this stick? I don't even know. I am so pissed off.
Yeah.
I could literally hit any of you guys with this stick at any
I'm
moment.
not. I'm just gonna hold it.
I
up
can't
there.
even decide who I'm going to hit with this stick. That's how mad I am at you guys right now.
Right.
It is so stupid. And this is where the racist stuff comes in because Liberty, who is the token Asian young lady, at this point, who has apparently not chosen or been given a firearm, decides she's just going to start throwing kung fu
Yeah. Why
at
not?
zombies.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a hot Asian chick.
She's
Why
pretty
bother?
hot.
Why bother giving her any kind of depth in this character?
Right.
Let's just make her a kung fu specialist.
Yeah. She doesn't need a weapon.
No, she's dead. She was at a rave. She's wearing
Yeah.
an American flag monotard.
Right.
Clearly, she knows kung fu,
I'm gonna American flag you to death.
and that's what she does.
Yeah.
She, in her disco boots that are like 9 inches tall, she just starts throwing wheel
Oh,
kicks
man.
at zombies and stabbing them in the head. Naturally, she gets killed. So we get that slow motion bullet time thing of her, which is stupid.
Mhm.
Now, I can't tell you how mad I am at this particular part of the movie. The movie in and of itself is bad, but I'm not mad at the movie as a whole except for this part because this, like I said, is a good 15 to 20 minutes of the movie. It's
Mhm.
just these guys walking across maybe 25 yards worth of cemetery,
Yeah.
randomly discharging weapons and throwing grenades.
Like crazy.
And if you didn't know this movie was dumb enough, you know that thing that stuntmen use where they step on it and then it's like a springboard.
Right.
You can see that shit
Oh, yeah.
clearly with the zombies. You see it and then it pops right up and then they go flying.
They could just
fucking
fly
air.
like that.
You can see the fucking springboards in the movie.
In the movie.
They didn't even
Yeah.
bother to cover that shit up.
Well, they
Well,
put like plants on it.
But you can still see it when it pops up.
Yeah.
There's the fucking springboard.
Hey, there it is.
That's not an explosion. It's a fucking springboard, man. Fuck off with this. It starts off with like a rap montage, and there's a shitty House of the Dead rap that is going on. You see me in the House of the Dead.
House of the
bear
Dead,
witness. And then about half that was. This is how long the segment takes. We actually go all the way through the House of the Dead rap, which is like 4 or 5 minutes.
Mhm.
And then from there, we cut to a techno song. This is a 2-song montage, is what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
There are 2 complete songs that play during this stupid shit 25-meter walk through a fucking cemetery.
Right.
Do you not?
How does that even happen?
You cannot come. Okay. What this is that we wrote a script. It was probably about 40 minutes long. So we filmed the script and then we said, oh shit, we've got another 20 to 25 minutes to fill. Montage! How many songs? Bring back that cemetery set. We got to fill this time somehow.
Right.
So bring back the zombies
with
and
the
the
same
springboards.
with the same zombies like flying out of
Dude.
nowhere.
I swear to God, I saw the same zombie get his head shot off at least 6 times.
Right.
At least 6 times. That's just in this montage.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure he got killed a couple more times out in the woods somewhere.
Right.
All right. That's fucking stupid. So
Make it last.
Summer knows what we're talking about. It's stupid, man. So eventually they make it into the house. This part is really dumb because instead of actually going into the house, they all just kind of clump together around the front door.
Yeah, let's just hang out.
They keep shooting the zombies, and they're like, "We're running out of ammo." Yeah, we are.
But they're not running out of ammo.
But I'm on my last magazine. But
Are you?
okay, maybe we should go the fuck inside then. The door is right here.
Right.
All right. It's
Oh,
stupid.
but we can't go in because if we blow the door, then the zombies get in.
Okay, whatever.
Sure.
Rudy and the harbor master find like a window and they
Yeah.
climb in.
I have an idea.
Unfortunately,
Let's go outside.
these these zombies like know how to use tools all of a sudden and like
Right.
fire axes, things like that.
Who knew?
Tim's in the house.
Hey, what's up, Tim?
Summer, zombie movies are your favorite. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Not House of the Dead.
No.
House of the Dead is not your favorite. I'm talking about the 2002 Uwe Boll opus. and I use that term loosely, avoid this one. I'm not mad. I am mad at it, but I'm telling you why I'm mad at it right now. I'm trying to keep my blood pressure under a certain level. All right, so they get inside. Unfortunately, the harbor master gets her legs cut off. Now we just established via the harbor master getting her legs cut off with a fire axe that these zombies can in fact use tools. Which brings me to my next problem with this movie. Once they get in, they barricade the door. The zombies can't figure out how the fuck to get in.
Well,
they have fire axes and crowbars and shit, and they know how to use them because they just cut off the fucking fire master or the harbor master's legs.
They got stupid real fast.
It's okay. Work through it, Darian. I know.
Right?
Believe it or not, Summer, this is actually very therapeutic to me. Because I've been screaming about this movie for a long time. All right, so anyway, they get inside. Rudy, who's with the fire master, has like a very cathartic moment. You didn't have to see her die. You don't know what that's like. So at this point, we're down to Rudy, underwear model, hot brunette, and hot redhead.
Yeah.
Captain Kirk also gets wounded grievously. And here's another fun fact for you. The underwear model, he, at one point, got spat upon by one of these zombies.
Oh, and what happened?
And this is where we get another fun fact about these ass clowns.
What?
They have xenomorph acidy spit.
No, not these zombies.
Where the fuck does that come from? They have acidy spit. They huck one on the underwear model's face, and all of a sudden he's got like burn marks. So now we get another cathartic moment from the underwear model, Simon. He's like, I'm the fucking elephant man. I'm never gonna work again. Look at me, I'm so sad. Hey, look at this ugly face I got right here.
I'm a freak. I should be in a circus.
Yeah, you should. And then hot brunette is like, oh, honey, no, I think you're still sexy. Oh, give me some kisses. Blah, 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 blah. So that's all well.
That's happened.
That's what. That's an actual quote.
Yes.
From the movie.
You're so pretty hot to me.
They don't actually do that. It would have made the movie a lot better.
I would have.
Give me some sugar, baby. All right.
Okay.
All right. Hey, you got some maturing to do. Hey, would you grow up? Jesus Christ. All right. Anyway, so now they're all inside the house. And this is where things get even dumber because they're in there. Captain Kirk is like, he's bleeding. He's got like internal wounds and his intestines are out. So, like, oh, he's not going to make it. He's probably going to turn into a fucking zombie. Yeah. Hey, let's go explore the house. They go like right through the entryway and make a quick left. And that's where we find our bizarro bohemian biochemistry lab.
Yeah.
Okay, what the fuck, man? Now, the flashback footage we got was from like the early 1800s.
In a boat.
In a boat. Okay, I'll buy. I mean,
yeah, I get that.
No, I won't. I won't buy the Spanish penal colony thing. But since you're forcing me into this position,
you kind of have to.
With this nonsensical script, sure, I'll sign off on it just for the sake of making sense. But we go to the weirdo biochemistry lab. There's fucking microscopes and Bunsen burners and like weird shit floating in tubes.
Mason jars full of weird stuff.
Where the fuck did all this come from? Is this guy getting shipments of biotech? The Castillo Hermano, the Castle brother,
right?
He's getting shipments of like, what did he take over a fucking high school biology lab or at some point?
He must have.
All right. We've just officially crossed into the realm of stupid. Well, I mean, we were already there. But this is about the point where I go, I can't sign off on this shit anymore because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
They just keep adding stuff.
But this is even better because Rudy walks right in, starts looking around, finds himself one of these microscopes and starts fiddling with it. And he's like, he's a genius. He found a way to make blood regenerate itself. What the fuck
would he even know?
How would Rudy was going to a rave 25 minutes ago? What the fuck does he know about blood work or any of that shit?
These cells are just multiplying.
Okay.
How would you even know?
Okay. That's stupid. That's stupid. That could have easily been fixed with one line of dialogue. My name is Rudy. I work at the DNA labs of the Umbrella Corporation or something like that. We didn't get any of that.
No.
We just have to sign off on this fucking hair gel cretin,
And you wouldn't even know something.
knowing something about cellular structure all of a sudden. Okay, all right, whatever. At this point, I've taken my thinking cap off, and
Literally,
I put it in the other room. I don't even want to look at my thinking cap. Don't even think about it. See some fucker messing with biology kills everyone. Yeah, exactly. You're exactly right, Summer. All right, so that's what happens. And he's like, oh yeah, he knows all about it. About this time, we bring everybody else in. Captain Kirk upstairs hears Ron Howard or Clint Howard moping around, whistling his little tune. So he goes out there. Clint Howard's a zombie, of course. Clint Howard eats Captain Kirk. That's the end of that.
Yeah.
Inside,
I'm not going to let you be a zombie. It's supposed to be a tearjerker scene, but it's not.
At this point, we're down to two couples. We have Hot Redhead and Rudy, who were at one point a couple. And then we have Hot Brunette and the underwear model who thinks he's the Elephant Man all of a sudden. They're in the lab and we loot all this shit. It's crazy. All kinds of gunpowder laying around. Okay. Zombies get in. They start rushing the lab. Everybody's freaking out. They find a tunnel that goes underneath the fucking lab into some catacombs, like underground on the island. So they're like, we gotta run in there. The underwear model is like, you guys go. I'm the Elephant Man. I can't fucking. So the zombies rush him. He shoots the gunpowder. Big explosion. Boom. Now this is where we're gonna catch up to our head necromancer in charge.
Oh,
Castillo Hermano, the big bad castle brother.
Yes.
He's still alive from the 1800s.
Wow. He looks good too.
I don't know that he looks good. He's got like
1800s.
I mean, he's seen better days. He could work on his like a skincare regimen or something like that. He's got like a leather face thing going on. And all of a sudden he's like wearing Greg's face.
Yeah.
So
but you're not supposed to know that.
He pops around the corner and they're like, holy shit, it's Greg. And they're like, look, Greg gives him like one of these and come over here. But if you notice, Greg all of a sudden is fucking swinging a saber like he's like one of the
Jedi,
like one of the Corsican brothers.
Man,
Errol Flynn over here with a fucking saber, killing off the zombies. Okay, leads them through.
Where do I sign off?
Leads them through the tunnel to like this weird prison cell chamber.
Say something.
Yeah, Greg won't talk all of a sudden. Gets to this weird prison cell. The brunette, unfortunately, gets gang tackled by zombies and taken down. So at this point, we're down to the redhead and the Rudy, and the redhead. They're like, Greg, you made it, man. He's like, yeah, great. And then he just pulls his face off.
Oh, it wasn't Greg?
It was Castle Brother the whole time. What the fuck, Castle Brother?
Oh, man, totally screwed me over.
Castle Brother's pissed, too. He's like, I've never seen somebody make it so far on my island. He's got more of a Spanish accent, but that's the only kind of an accent that I know how to do. So they're like, "Oh, you fucker!" Now we get like,
"Oh yeah, is that how that went?"
That's how we're like, "Oh, Castle Brother, you piece of shit, you."
Anyway,
big sword fight because all of a sudden Rudy and Hot Redhead are also Corsican brothers. And they can swing a goddamn cattle saber like it's their job. Right. So Castle Brother has to fight off too. I have a very difficult time calling him
Castle Brothers.
But that is his name in the movie. That's the name of the character, Castillo Hermano. So that's what he's dude. It's like a Matrix thing where he's got like his own sword and they're swinging like fence posts at him and he's fighting them both up. Stabs the Hot Redhead, kills her, pretty much.
That's too bad.
Kills her. She's like, ah! Then we get the slow motion pan of the Hot Redhead, who's wearing a very revealing top, I should add. And I enjoyed that part. She does a lot of running, a lot of jumping, and there's a lot of motion there. Rudy at this point is like, no! And then he stabs Castle Brother, and Castle Brother's like, it fucking stabbed me. And then Castle Brother dies. So at this point, Rudy is left alone on the island with the dying Hot Redhead. So he decides, I can't let you go, Hot Redhead. I love you so much. So he takes the Hot Redhead back to what I guess is the remnants of the laboratory and hooks her up to whatever the fuck machine or puts something in her. I don't fucking know. And he takes her outside, and he's like, well, she's gonna wake up, and then we see her wake up, and now, but she's a little bit on the zombie side, and then a fucking helicopter lands right in the middle of the shit, and Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones get out,
Yeah.
and they're like, "I'll make this shit look good." They're basically like, "We're taking you back to the mainland."
And they put on their shades and like blind.
Yeah, they give you the. You don't remember anything, you fuck. And then that's pretty much in your movie. And then we get like that monologue from Rudy. He's like, "Well, I'm going back to the mainland with my hot redhead girlfriend. I don't think she's alive, but she's kind of
hot.
Whatever, she's still hot.
Yeah.
So whatever happens from here, we're gonna figure it out when we get to. I gotta be at work in the morning anyway, so we'll figure that shit out later, I guess." And that's pretty much the end of your movie.
I'm gonna animate her later.
Oh, this is a bad movie, my friends.
Yeah, it is.
Summer, I know you love zombie movies. I'm going to tell you to stay away from House of the Dead.
She's probably already seen it.
In the listener mail segment of the show, we had somebody actually recommend House of the Dead 2. I don't know that I'm that invested in this as a franchise or in this movie, period, because I don't know that I want to subject myself to round 2 of this. I don't know, maybe it is better.
Well, one of the things we glazed over is when they killed him, they cut off his head, and he's like still choking.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's an even dumber part because Hot Redhead has to fight off a decapitated Castle brother.
Yeah, and who's got his head.
He's got his head like on the ground, like I can still fucking see you when I choke you.
I'm
like, you fucking. And then that's when a decapitated Castle brother kills Hot Redhead.
Yeah.
Because that's, I guess, the kind of zombies that we're dealing with. But if that's the case, why didn't every zombie get back up after they were killed and continue to fight? Because that would be some kind of continuity in this asshat storyline.
Yeah, it just wasn't in the script.
It's bad. It's a bad movie. It's bad on various levels. If you like music video montages that go 2 songs deep, this might be a good one for you.
And then like 3 or 4 game scenes where they're like,
Several. We cut to the actual video game with the ammo bar on the side of the screen. That
doesn't match the movie we're watching
at all.
Yeah.
Really has very little to do with anything of the movie.
Oh, this is supposed to be in a mine, but it's actually in the house.
This is We're actually out on an island rave. This is supposed to be in a castle, but here's an island in the Pacific Northwest and a rave for you.
Man,
I give up, man. I give up. I can't even with this fucking movie. This is stupid. This is dumb on various levels.
Yes.
2 stars on IMDb. I feel like that's
2 stars, well deserved.
Pretty fucking high. Yes, I will give it 1 star, and that's only for the boobies. That's only for the boobies.
I'm going to give it 2.
You give it 2 stars.
I give it 2.
Explain to me your rationale of the 2nd star. I don't understand that.
Well, besides the boobies, you got the hot actress, the redhead.
Okay. Also, not
Clint Howard in there.
Okay, sure.
I would say the actor power, but I don't know.
It's bad.
It is. It's so
bad. What's up, Robin?
Hey, what's up, Robin?
We're about to kill this feed, but we're going to tell you now to avoid House of the Dead from 2002. It's a bad fucking movie, is what I'm going to tell you. The franchise. There's sequels out there if you really want to go deep.
At least 4 of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh fuck no.
Yeah, I was looking it up and it said 4.
How does that get made?
I don't know.
Who watches House of the Dead and then greenlights a sequel? I'm done. I'm done. I can't even. All right, guys. We're gonna take us a little break. We'll come back with some other stuff here in a second. I don't know that I'm done complaining about House of the Dead because this movie is bad on so many levels. Even a Clint Howard and a Jurgen Prochnow couldn't save this movie.
No.
I feel like if I was either one of them,
I think Clint Howard was pretty funny in it, but it was short-lived.
He had like 2 lines.
Yeah. Though I liked how the fact that he gave the cross to the chick that was like fully naked. He never looked down at her breast.
No.
But the thing was
she had no problem just showing him.
Yeah, no problem. But the whole explanation of the cross didn't even match the rest of the film.
There's not even spirits. It's fucking zombies.
Yeah, but it was never mentioned after that. It's like, this is going to save you.
No, it's not.
No, really.
She was the first to die.
Yeah.
She was the first to die. Keep your fucking
And
cross.
she didn't even pull it out like, don't kill me. Oh, don't kill me. No, there was none of that.
Nothing. I can't. I can't even with this. I can't even do it. And it didn't save Clint Howard either.
Nope.
We didn't even get to see him die. We just saw him as a zombie.
Whistling.
The whistling zombie.
Yeah. Oh, is that Clint? Oh, I gotta go out here.
These fucking zombies can whistle. They can use tools.
They can run.
They can run
They can
fast.
jump.
They jump like fucking animals.
Man.
I mean, you can see the goddamn springboard. But that notwithstanding,
that aside,
but they can't figure out the front door to the fucking house, man.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I'm done. Thank you guys very much for joining us. Summer, everybody in the Psycho Bunny Death Cult. Join us next month for Odd Mother Month. We're going to start it off with Colin. In Odd Mother Apocalyptic Month. You're going to love that.
Thank you, Odd Mother.
Thank you, Ryan, for joining us. PaddedRoomPodcast.com. Anything you need to know about us, you'll find us there. We have actually a whole variety of shows over there at PaddedRoomPodcast.com. Whole network, really. Other than that, thank you again for joining us. We'll see you next week with Colin. Odd Mother Month. Odd Mother, thank you for saving us, by the way. Another Uwe Boll movie, and I probably would have done harm to myself.
Yeah, or I would have done harm to him.
I would have done harm to him and then myself. It would be a fight in here.
Uwe!
You fucking
Uwe!
You said Uwe Boll. I didn't say anything. Piece of shit. God, man.